Mistress Dispeller. So this was a Chinese documentary that, again, you liked more than I did. But I think the premise itself was like a really potent one where it's this Mistress Dispeller who's supposed to be there to kind of weave their way into the lives of the people that hire her, where it's clear that someone has having an affair, usually the man, and then she's there to get the affairee, the person he's having an affair with, and the husband to like quit that affair so they can have a happy, happy marriage and never, never part ways. Um, and it's like that has a lot of like in a lot of ways it is like a reality TV show, right? Where they set up the pieces for it to ultimately in the final episode where they all come together and they sit in their chairs and they talk about what happened and drama breaks loose. Someone's mad because they did some fucked up shit. And it's essentially what it builds to here, where like you have a lot of interactions that this Mistress Dispeller has with all of the people in this, which, by the way, this is also a documentary, which makes it that much more intriguing when you have a big moment because you are sure oh, okay, unless it was staged, that actually was a really good moment. You said there's some of the best quotes from the whole festival coming out of this film. I agree. I just ended up being like a bit bored throughout, and but yeah, I think you thought those highs in some moments were actually carrying the movie a bit more than I guess I did.
Well, yeah, because the movie starts out with the like little excerpt, and I believe it said this movie had been made with the approval of the people involved before and after it was
Yeah.
filmed. Because, and you do feel that, there's definitely some parts that were filmed after the event to, have some tissue into this movie, have some glue that connects the moments in it. And I really like this one. Again, the drama is so juicy, and
Yeah.
I hate reality shows, but there was something honest about this affair.
Surprisingly honest. How they
Surprisingly
like
honest.
openly talked about it on camera.
Yeah,
I was a bit
and
at least
they
surprised.
know it's there. So
Yeah. It's not
at
hidden.
one point the guy literally goes to this like the camera, like,
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have shared that, right?
and I was like, oh, that's really
I
that's
think at one point he says I'm surprised by myself that I told it to you and like I think with
Oh,
the camera present
what
too.
is the quote? He says like love is eternal or something, and he says
Yeah.
that literally to his mistress, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait, you're talking to the wrong woman, bro.
Well, might be a spoiler, but it's that much more funnier because he's breaking up with her in that moment, and he says, "Love is eternal."
And at some point the mistress and the wife also like talk to each other, and they're like basically flexing on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would throw this cup of tea on your face, but I'm not gonna, because I have manners. And then like the mistress is like, oh, I wouldn't worry about you throwing a cup of tea in my face because I have a black belt in Taekwondo or something. You're like,
Yeah, yeah. I
what?
was like,
No,
okay.
I have a black belt in martial arts. Like, why are we
I
having?
feel like if there were like a bubble up above and this was a comic, in the bubble that connects them, they would be fighting. But like in there, they got like neutral faces, but they're actually fighting in their dreamscape.
And it's also interesting to see the Mistress Dispeller weave her way into the life of this
Yeah.
couple, because you're
That's
like, this is
crazy.
such an unusual way, and they're like actually actively talking about the psychology of like, oh, these are how these people act, so we should go into the life in this way. And I
Yeah.
found that really intriguing stuff, even
I mean,
though
she has a
the
psychology background, right? That's how
yeah.
she kind of uses that. And at first, it feels like I can't help but feel early on she's like a snake oil seller and how she like an expert in all of this. And once it all kind of comes together, you're like, what the fuck is happening?
They also play
Yeah,
a lot of badminton in this movie,
yeah.
and saw them playing badminton. I was like, they're kind of trash, yo.
I didn't
So
mind it. I thought the husband was kind of good, but
the husband was kind of good. The other were
no, the
trash.
other ones were trash. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is another one that like, hey, you can. I'm not. Sorry,
He's
it's
choking
been
up,
long.
bro.
I'm getting emotional. I'm not going to knock this movie down because it's one of those ones that doesn't. I don't see it having distribution anywhere. I don't know where this would come out. So it's another one of these that, like, I hope at some point it at least gets a VOD release. We can highlight it again. And if you're interested, go check it out. I think there's a lot to be enjoyed about it. I'm actually considering moving up my rating to 3 stars because talking about it, I do enjoy it a bit more than the actual experience of sitting in the theater.
Maybe because it was in Sala Casino. Maybe that's
I
why.
fucking hate. We should do at some point a ranking of all of the theaters. Spoiler alert! It would be at the bottom. I fucking hate Sala Casino.
Nah,
Um,
that basement theater is the worst. You wouldn't like that one.
I haven't been to Passetti, so I don't know.
But
Um,
I gave Mr. Dispeller a 7. I quite enjoyed it.
I'm giving it a 5.5. I'm like, I'll be in between a 5 and a 6.